fans, do you want to win your share of $100,000? Simply enter the houseofboxing.com Fight Night Prediction Challenge. Compete with boxing fans around the world. Simply head over to houseofboxing.com and sign up now.
This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with William Hill, House of Boxing and Empire Fight Store. Frank Smith, wow, I don't know what we've just seen. That was fucking nuts.
Unbelievable, mate. What a fight. But we knew what a fight it would be. You know, Josh Warrington was in there probably 5-1 ahead on the cards, up to the 6th round. And then that finish there, I mean, Charlie Parsons broke the camera, not me. People say I just stood there silent, forgetting what I was going to say. But look, we've seen Michael Conlan's power in the fight. Leigh Wood's power in the fights like Michael Conlan. And, you know, he just showed in there tonight why he belongs to be at the top. Coming off that run, he's been on Kanzu, Conlan, Lara, and now Warrington tonight. You know, I think next up 130, but what a fight, what an atmosphere those two fans brought, and fair play to both of those guys because they put it all in there tonight.
It's no secret that he struggles at the weight, and in there I think it would be fair to say, just from watching about 6 rounds, it looked like he wasn't carrying the same power of before. Boxing southpaw throughout a lot of it as well, which was very bizarre, and then in comes that, almost out of the blue really.
It was completely out of the blue. As you say, when we were sitting there we were thinking he didn't look like, you know, there was any way of coming back in there, but what a finish. There he is, your mate. I thought you were going to leave me for him then. No, don't be silly.
Gym partner shun. Everyone's coming through now. It's almost like a bit like...
Right in the middle of a hallway.
It is true, you make a good point.
Yeah, exactly.
You talk about 130. Lee Selby had the problem when he moved up, 126 to 130. When you're doing the weight cut, those 4 pounds aren't massive. Is it the next move or even 135?
No, I think 130 is next for him. You know, he's been talking about it a lot in the build-up. There's massive fights to be made. You know, obviously Joe Cordina fights November 4th. That's a natural fight. There's been a lot of talk about. You know, look, and the other one I was thinking about earlier, obviously Jordan Gill fights Michael Conlan December 2nd. Yeah, I mean, he probably wouldn't fight Jordan Gill because they're very close friends. But the Michael Conlan rematch, if Michael Conlan was to get the win, is a massive fight as well. There's lots of big fights to be made. I think his dream now is to wait out until the City Ground, so we'll be on to them. End of May, the season's obviously over, so a bit of time now, a bit of a rest, and I think that will be in his mind now.
I think that's more than fair enough. I think he said out in the ring, one of the first things he mentioned was the fact that he'd had those 3 fights within 8 months. I remember speaking to you, you said some of the most boring meetings you've ever had were with the groundsman and talking about the grass and everything. That looks like you're going to have to be doing that all over again, maybe towards the end of the season this time. Is that definitely the next fight? I mean, it's in the contract, right?
No, look, I spoke to the club before they messaged me. They're working on a load of events currently, and that was they were talking to me about the dates for end of May, which I think is end of May, the end of the football season. So they were talking to me about the schedule for that. So yeah, that's definitely the plan to get that up and running, and I'm very confident we can deliver it.
Frank, just finally from me on Josh Warrington, he looked brilliant in there until the stoppage. Does he go again?
I think so. I believe so. Look, he you know, like I say, he was in front by probably 5 rounds to 1 in there before the stoppage. You know, and I'm sure the team are frustrated about the stoppage. A few of them, you know, Sean has been enough that we'll have to watch it back. But I think he'll go again for sure. I definitely think he'll go again.
I know I said finally from me. Sorry, just a quick run through of the undercard. Obviously, Kieran Conway beating Lina Sadofia, Terry Harper with a bit of a weird draw, which we seem to see in women's boxing all the time at the minute, and then just the rest of the card.
Yeah, I didn't watch all of the Terry Harper fight. I saw online there was some people said they weren't surprised with the result, and most people here were surprised. People online weren't surprised, so I have to watch that back. Kieran Conway, yeah, I think he was a bit frustrated that he didn't get to sort of get the finish he wanted. Obviously, ref stopped that because of Udofia's eye. Hopey Price in a brilliant fight and a great performance from him. I think he needed that kind of performance tonight. Janae Boston, I spoke to him. He was a bit frustrated. He didn't do what he did earlier, but another good win. Cameron Vaughan, unbelievable. Back out November 11th. Good undercard. Nico as well. Kobe on the card. So yeah, great undercard top to bottom.
Frank, we've just seen so much. I can barely process my thoughts. There's so many people rummaging around.
Process your thoughts normally, to be honest.
Thanks, mate.
So now, I mean, no, I'm joking. I love you. Really.
Thank you. See you soon.
Cheers, man.